Is LeBron James stat padding or just getting old? It finally happened. We all knew this day would come, but it's still a bit of a shock. In a brutal 125-108 loss to the Phoenix Suns, LeBron James, the seemingly ageless titan of the NBA, actually looked well old. It was a rare sight, like spotting a unicorn. Only this unicorn looked tired and couldn't hit the broad side of a barn. For a player who has defied Father Time with a smirk and a chase-down block, this was a tough one to watch. The Lakers were getting dismantled, and with just under 7 minutes left in the game, they found themselves in a 25-point hole. James, sitting on a measly 7 points, did what any totally not thinking about his records player would do. He chucked up a three. Swish! 10 points. He then promptly checked out of the game. Mission accomplished. I guess the Lakers still lost. But hey, at least LeBron's streak of scoring double-digit points, now at a mind-boggling 1,297 games, remained intact. Of course, the internet and the talking heads of the sports world had a complete and utter meltdown. The great stat padding debate. Was this a case of blatant stat padding, a desperate attempt to keep a niche record alive while his team was getting steamrolled on FanDuel TVs? Run it back. Former NBA player Chandler Parsons didn't pull any punches. I've got to be honest. I didn't like it, Parsons said, voicing what many were thinking. This was the first time in my life I saw an older LeBron James who played and looked like his age. It was a nice gesture for JJ to continue to keep him in there, and he was definitely hunting for it and was not coming out until he got it. This just felt like the first step on the way out, and kind of catering to his legacy instead of focusing on the game. Ouch! Parsons essentially called it a legacy tour move, suggesting James was more concerned with his personal scrapbook than the actual game. DeMarcus Boogie Cousins piled on, questioning if the streak even mattered. I don't even think that's a real thing. He's way too great to be worried about consecutive 10-point games. It's a valid point. Does anyone really care about this streak outside of diehard James fans and trivia buffs? Probably not. It feels like a participation trophy for a guy who owns the entire trophy case. Is this even a real record? The whole situation felt a bit pathetic. 7 minutes is a lifetime in the NBA. Miracles have happened with less time on the clock. Yet the moment James hit that 10-point mark, it was like the white flag was waved. Game over, streak saved, let's go home. The optics were just terrible. It screamed, I've given up on winning, but I haven't given up on my stats. However, not everyone was ready to roast him. Lou Williams, a guy who knows a thing or two about getting buckets, offered a different perspective. As a player, I want every record that's on the table, he argued. He pointed out that other starters were still on the floor. So why single out James? It's a classic competitor's mindset. If there's a record to be had, you go for it. But let's be real. This isn't the all-time scoring record. This is a consecutive games with at least 10 points record. It's like being proud of showing up to work every day. Good for you, but is it something to celebrate when the company is going under? The bigger picture for LeBron James. Perhaps the most concerning part of this whole circus isn't the stat padding, but what it signals. James looked clumsy, inefficient, and frankly past it. He shot a miserable 3 for 10 from the field. For a player who has been the model of consistency for 2 decades, it was jarring. What's more, another far more impressive streak is now in jeopardy. Throughout his entire 22-season career, James has never averaged fewer than 20 points per game. This season he's sitting at a pedestrian 15.2 points per game. That's a record that actually speaks to his greatness and sustained dominance. If that one falls, it's a much bigger deal than his little double-digit streak. Maybe this was just an off night. Or maybe, just maybe, this is the beginning of the end. The first real sign that LeBron James is in fact a mortal man. And if his focus is shifting from winning championships to preserving obscure personal records, then Lakers fans have every right to be worried. The king might still be on the court, but it looks like he's already building his museum.